Stephanie here, and I have Bailey with me. Yes, and she is ready to go. All right, so for today, what we're going to be working on is we're going to do a 10-minute video, and we're going to go over our heel. I'm also going to introduce the speeds for heel, and we're going to practice a lot, because heel is one of the really important commands. It's really good to have our dog stay nice close to us, especially if we're going in a crowd, or even if we're walking down the street, somebody gets scared. We want to make sure that Bailey can stay right up next to us, okay? It's a little bit controlled walk instead of just a regular loose leash. All right, so when we're doing the heel, what we want, I have my treats in my dominant hand, so I'm going to have Bailey on my left side. That's why it's super easy for me to just treat, treat, treat. And Bailey's always going to be on my left side. Every time we start and stop for heel, Bailey has to be in the sit. Now I don't want to tell Bailey to sit because it's part of the heel, but I want to actually move her into position by luring her with a treat, okay? Also, when we start, I'm going to start with my left foot because Bailey's going to be on that side. As soon as my foot hits the ground, I'm going to tell Bailey to heel. That's letting Bailey know that we're ready to go, and she needs to stay right up next to me. And then every time we stop, remember, Bailey has to sit, okay? All right, so come here, Bailey. Good job. So just like this, I'm going to have a nice tight leash right up next to my hip because I don't want Bailey to get too far ahead of me or too far behind me, okay? So Bailey, ready? Heel, heel. Good. So Bailey's staying nice and close to me. Stop it. Good heel, Bailey. Good job. Heel. So Bailey's staying nice and close to me. Good job. Every time I start and stop, Bailey's sitting. Good job. Notice we're both facing the same direction because I want Bailey right there next to me seeing what I see. Good job. Now if Bailey's tush scoots out to the side, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reach down and move Bailey over. We want to have Bailey sitting right next to my feet and not out to the side, okay? I like to keep the treats right here by my belly button. That way Bailey sees the treats and I know that she's watching, and every single time she sits, I can have it right there, right ready, okay? So now we're going to add in the speeds. So with Bailey on my left side, when I turn to the right, Bailey's going to be on the outside of the circle, which means Bailey's actually going to have to go faster than I'm going on the inside. So I'm going to tell Bailey, faster, 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 and that's when Bailey's little paws are going to quicken up. Now when Bailey's on the inside of the turn and I turn to the left, Bailey's going to have to go slower than me. So I'm going to tell Bailey slower, slower. I'm even going to lean back on the leash a little bit, make sure Bailey's paws slow down. So the important part with the speeds is that I don't change my speed. I'm alpha dog, so I get to decide how I'm going to go, so I'm going to go my regular speed. But Bailey has to accommodate me by going faster or slower, okay? Bailey, 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 ready? Heel. Good. Faster, faster, faster. Good. Faster, 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 faster. Good job, Bailey. Very nice. Ready? Heel, moving. Good. Good. Slower, slower, slower. There we go. Good. Heel. Heel. So when Bailey's on the inside, I say slower, slow the leash down a little bit, and around in a circle. It's okay if Bailey sits down because I'm going slow enough that she thinks that we're sitting. Slow. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Go around the outside. Bailey, faster, faster, faster. heel, Bailey. So, Bailey is doing great at the speeds. When we do faster, those paws do quicken up just a little bit. Make sure when you go slower that you're leaning back a little bit on the leash and allowing Bailey to understand that you want her to go slower as you go around the corner. It's okay if she sits because she thinks we're going slow enough to sit, but you want to try to keep her moving. So when you do the speeds, make sure you're doing enough right and left turns. You want to practice the faster and the slower. With the faster, I like to up my voice a little bit faster, faster, because that gets excited and then they automatically go faster, okay? With the slower, I like to lower it a little bit and say it nice and slow, slow. That way they kind of, okay. So it kind of goes with the speed. Yeah. But remember, every time you stop, every time you start, Bailey has to be in the sit. Remember, you don't want to use the word sit. You can lure Bailey if you need to, but Bailey's doing great at the sit, so I don't think she's going to have a problem with that, are you, Baby? No. So, when you guys are out practicing, remember 3 or 4 minutes of the actual heel, and then let Bailey go around and sniff and check everything out. Because we don't want to, have them controlled for the whole time. Good job. Good job, Bailey. Yes, you're doing very good. Good. So, doing the heel, remember, Bailey on your left side, treats in your dominant hand. That way you can start it and stop nice and easy for the treats. Make sure you're keeping that leash nice and tight. You don't want Bailey to get too far behind or in front of you because otherwise she has a tendency to cross in front of your legs. You probably saw that a few times. So you want to make sure you keep it tight so we don't, have her crossing. Not too tight to where you're pulling up on the collar because then she's going to want to sit constantly. When you start, like you saw me, I give Bailey's leash a little jiggle, a little pull. That way she's like, oh, yeah, we're going. Okay, so you can do that as well. Good job, Bailey. One more time. Ready? Heel. Faster, 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 faster. Faster, 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 faster. Slower, slower, slower. Slower, slower, slower. Good. Heel, Bailey. Oh, I think Bailey's a heel pro, aren't you? Good job. So practice this one at home. Remember 3 or 4 minutes when you guys are actually in your walk. We don't want to go too much. Good job, Bailey. Who's my buddy? Who's my buddy? Yeah. All right, so this was Stephanie and Bailey. And today we were working on the heel, adding in the speeds. Good job.